Welcome to another episode, everyone. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Jeffrey Epstein, the sick abuser, the sick individual that these other sick individuals love to protect, is here having a deposition. And they're pressing him on his prior charges. He admits to some of these charges, indeed, but he skirts the questions and skirts the issues about some of these other gruesome, grisly charges that his character and person has been faced with. Sick individuals indeed. Let's get into it.
Isn't it true that you kept a calendar or schedule? Okay, change.
Going off the video record at 1:05 p.m.
Mr. Epstein, how long have you been sexually attracted to underage minor females?
Objection, harassing, argumentative.
Are you kidding?
No, I mean, I don't feel like I'm divulging any secrets here, right?
No.
Move to strike.
No, that's the question.
I'd like to answer that question as well. I'll get all your other questions today. However, I have to follow my attorney's advice. They have told me that I must invoke my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment right to not answer those questions today or any questions relevant to this lawsuit.
What was the name?
Well, that makes no sense. If you have nothing to hide, why would your attorneys advise against you clearing your name and answering simple questions? If the answers are forthcoming and innocuous, then why would you not answer them? The only way that you would skirt a question like that is if your hands have blood on them. We understand this. And why would your attorneys advise something like that? He says he would like to divulge all of this. He would like to answer these questions. However, he's been advised by his attorneys not to do so. Other than that, of course, he would just let everything out and let everything be known. But for his attorneys advising against that and advising him to invoke his 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendment rights.
Of any of the underage minors that were the subject of the criminal charges to which you pled guilty?
I don't know.
So tell me about those charges. What were the allegations of those charges?
Form.
Solicitation of prostitution.
Okay.
Not underage prostitution, prostitution.
Were the victims or the prostitutes, as you would say, were they minors?
Form.
I pled guilty to solicitation of prostitution.
Okay, so tell me what those cases were about. What happened?
I have no more. I can't tell you any more than that.
You don't know what you pled guilty to?
I just told
I'm
you.
going to object to form. That's asked and answered.
Do you know what you pled guilty to? The facts.
Solicitation of prostitution.
I understand that's the charge. What were the underlying facts?
Sorry.
What'd you do? Did you pull up in a car, talk to the person? Did they come over to your house? How'd you get them? Those kind of things. Tell the jury what were the underlying facts about the charge that you pled guilty to?
Form. Move to strike.
I don't know.
You don't know what you pled guilty to.
He doesn't know the underlying facts of his. He doesn't know how these underage women who were not, it was not prostitution. It was assault. It was SA. It was abuse against minor children. But of course, he would twist it into saying that, or that's what he was found guilty of, solicitation of prostitution or what have you. Nevertheless, we all know, and the questioner here is trying to get out of him that these individuals who you refer to as prostitutes were young minor women. Yes or no? And of course, just like Ghislaine Maxwell, who just pled the 5th, at a congressional deposition, this individual, and like the Clintons are going to do more than likely, this individual here is refusing to answer questions. These are sick individuals with their hands dirty, with the blood of minor children on them. And if you support them, you too are sick. That's if you support Trump, you MAGA maggots, you're sick.
I pled guilty to solicitation of prostitution. Not underage prostitution, but prostitution.
And just so the jury understands, these three females that were the subject of the guilty pleas in state court were procured by your method of having underage minor females locate other underage minor females and bring them to your house. Isn't that correct?
Objection. Argumentative, compound, harassing, assumes facts not in evidence.
You'll have to
and I move to strike.
I have to repeat the question.
Okay. Are all people that were, at the time you engaged in sexual activity with them, were underage and were brought by other underage minor females? Is that true?
Same objections incorporated.
He's just exacerbated. He's upset at the question. Old Epstein here. He's upset. You've abused all of these individuals, and you are the one that is frustrated and upset at this individual, the questioner, trying to extract the truth from your lying body and your lying soul. Unbelievable, outrageous, but this is the people that this country supported and still supports. Some of these individuals, they protect him in his dastardly crimes as they protect these the former president, the current president, and others involved in this guy, this sick individual, and his abuse of minor children. And again, if you support these individuals, and many of you do, you too are sick in the head, and you don't need your children. You need to have your children taken from you. If you are MAGA, you need to have your children. You support an abuser, a proven abuser, an S-heir in Donald Trump. This is proven. A criminal convicted of 34 felonies. This is who you support. And you're raising children, and you support an individual who has abused children. The Epstein files indicate that Donald Trump is accused of assaulting a 13-year-old girl, and that Epstein here was upset with Donald J. Trump because Trump went first with abusing the girl, and Epstein had to go second in the abuse. So he was upset, according to the Epstein files, with Donald Trump. They're about to kill each other because Trump went first on a 13-year-old minor child. These are the people that, so if you have a 13-year-old and you are a MAGA and you support Trump, you triple Trump, you voted for Trump, you are sick and you need your child taken from you. They need to go check on that child because you protect someone who would abuse that child. You protect abusers. You make excuses for them. You vote for them. You support them blindly, wholeheartedly. Even after the Epstein file release it, and you know that these individuals are sick, you've been knowing it. You continue to wage your support. Well, that indeed makes you sick as well, sick as well, sick as hell.
As well as the motion to strike.
I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't even understand the question.
Isn't it true that you used underage minor females to bring other underage minor females to your house for sex?
Asked and answered. Way earlier on.
Oh, well, he doesn't understand the question, so I'm going through the progression.
Not a problem.
But it is asked and answered.
As your firm, Mr. Edwards and Mr. Jaffe, has been described by the U.S. Attorney as perpetrating one of the largest frauds in South Florida's history by crafting malicious cases of a sexual nature against people like me and others in order to fleece, using bogus schemes, in the U.S. Attorney's words, investment schemes. Unfortunately, though, I'd like to answer every one of your questions if I'm able. My attorneys have advised me I must assert my Sixth Amendment, 14th Amendment, and Fifth Amendment rights under the U.S. Constitution. Therefore, at the moment, I cannot answer that question.
Yeah, bet you can't. Don't want to answer the question. You sick dog, you sick individual. This is the hierarchy. This is the government that supported him and covered him for many years. And they continue to be covered. They are culpable in this whole ordeal, this whole sick ordeal that involves Jeffrey Epstein. We're finding out that they're all liars. Howard Lutnick lied about his relationship with Epstein. So did Elon Musk. So has Donald J. Trump, who we know had a decades-long relationship with Epstein. And the list goes on. And you individuals continue to support these sick individuals because you are also sick. That's just the bottom line. Stay safe and stay free, people.